It keeps getting worse and worse for Bud Light, and I don't even know how that's possible. I didn't think the situation would or could get any worse, but the fans, the consumers who were previously buying Bud Light and other Anheuser-Busch products are just not buying them anymore. And thank God, yes, I am feeling better now. My voice is almost all the way back. I might have to take some pauses in here, do some jump cuts because I might be coughing in between sentences, but you don't have to listen to my awful voice anymore. It seems like it's almost all the way back. It's getting there. Unless you think my normal voice is awful, then nothing I can do for you. But the other voice that I had where it was completely gone, you don't have to listen to that anymore. Thank God, because it was even hard to make videos. But we're back now, hopefully for good. Hopefully it doesn't come back, because it's gone away and come back a few times now. But I think we're good now. Bud Light, though, not so much. As you can see on the screen right here, this tweet from Bill Elmore says Bud sales declined as much as 60% over the week ending on Memorial Day. Budweiser USA is set to permanently lose shelf space come September as sales continue to plummet. So Bud Light, like I said, not even, I thought it wouldn't get as bad. I thought it wouldn't get any worse than it was already. I didn't even think it would get to 25 to 27%. Now they're saying Bud Light sales have declined as much as 60% over the week ending on Memorial Day. That's absurd. 60%, even if that number is a little bit high and a little bit inflated, even if it's 45%. And like I've said a million times, man, as Bill says in this tweet, hello at Target, this isn't just about Bud Light. This isn't just about Anheuser-Busch. This is about showing every other brand out there, every other corporation out there who is considering or has done this in the past, which most of them have already done this, but even the brands who are considering doing things similar to Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch in the future, such as Target and these other corporations who are doing the same thing. It's about showing them that the same thing could happen to them if they were to decide to do things such as platform people like Dylan Mulvaney or do what Target's doing and straight up sell groomer starter packs. You know, that's straight up what they're doing. They're putting naked trans people on children's clothing and disgusting things like that. And, you know, we've seen a ton of videos of that. It's not rumor. It's not conjecture. It's straight up happening. Like, there's no doubt, there's no denying it, and Target's not denying it themselves. They're saying that they're standing by it. They're standing with the LGBTQ plus community, and you know that apparently comes with showing children and putting naked people on children's clothing and putting stuff about sexuality on children's clothing, selling groomer starter packs, pretty much as people perfectly have put it in the past. You know, I fully agree with that. It definitely is just a groomer starter pack. Here is an article from ABC News. It says, thrown in their faces, Bud Light salespeople say boycott is hurting commission. Thousands of salespeople have suffered financial pain. And I said this in the past, it does suck that certain people out there, I've seen a ton of TikToks, I've seen a ton of videos, people DMing me saying that they can't make money for their families now because people aren't buying Bud Light and their job relies on making commission from Bud Light sales. You know, they're salesmen. They go to these grocery stores, they go to these gas stations and see if they need a restock. And, you know, they get that money coming in, they get those commissions, and that's how they feed their family. And it sucks now because Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch marketing teams made a horrible decision to platform certain people and platform certain ideals. And now those people who had nothing to do with those decisions aren't making commission anymore. And they're not able to feed their family, or, you know, at least they're taking a big dip in pay. And it really does suck. But like I said in previous videos when I talked about this as well, it is just a necessary evil, you know, when that comes with the situation. But if we could do anything to help those people out, I don't know how we could, but I've said this in the past as well. If we could do anything like a crowdfund or anything like that, man, I'd be all for it. I'd definitely promote it in my videos and things like that. I don't know if there's anything that we can do. If anybody knows of anything that is being done like that, you know, with the Bud Light situation, please let me know in the comments, because I will definitely try to platform that and help out. But here's another article that says Bud Light sales plunged 50% at tri-state area grocery chain Stu Leonard's over Dylan Mulvaney ads. Now, this was back on April 27th, but I did want to bring that up just to kind of go with this tweet right here saying that Bud Light sales declined as much as 60% over the week ending on Memorial Day, because I know a lot of people are going to think that number, that 60% number, is absurd, but it's happened before. You know, it's been similar before, and this is in the tri-state area grocery chain Stu Leonard's over the Dylan Mulvaney ads. Back on April 27th, it was down 50%. The Bud Light sales were. So back on April 27th, it definitely wasn't as mainstream as the Bud Light boycott is now. The Bud Light boycott is completely gone mainstream now. Everybody's talking about it. It's viral on TikTok. It's viral on mainstream media. Literally everybody is talking about it out there. There's not a single person out there that doesn't know that Bud Light is being boycotted. And it's crazy because whenever people talk about the Bud Light boycott in your everyday life, I don't think most of them, most of the time, even know the whole backstory, know the whole lore behind the Bud Light boycott, behind the Target boycott, behind whatever boycott's going on, whatever boycott they're referring to. Most of the mainstream people, the normies out there, as people like to call them, they don't even know what the Bud Light boycott is really about. They just know that Bud Light is being boycotted for being gay beer. Like, that's truly what people think now. And these types of boycotts are probably the most effective out there. The social boycotts, like the social pressure type of boycott, instead of just people standing on their morals and principles, which obviously this whole thing started with people like that. So shout out to you watching this video, because you're probably one of those people who are just standing on morals and principles. But what really set this thing off, it really went mainstream with this thing, is when funny viral TikToks are going out there. You know, videos going viral on TikTok making fun of Bud Light. You know, it's not because they platformed Dylan Mulvaney. It's because this Bud Light boycott is going absolutely viral on every single social media platform for being gay beer. And now the Bud Light brand, everything about it is associated with gay beer. If you're seen drinking Bud Light, if you're seen holding a Bud Light case, you get made fun of. You get looked at funny. Like, that's just how it goes now. And most of the time, the people who are making fun of you are making fun of Bud Light don't even know the whole backstory behind what happened here or why Bud Light is being boycotted. Most of them don't even know. Here's another article that says Bud Light slump results in AB InBev's worst month since 2020. So like I said, man, this boycott is not going anywhere. It's even getting worse by the day. People are still, you know, the Bud Light boycott is still gaining ground. It's not like it's slowing down. It's not losing steam. The Bud Light boycott is getting worse and worse for Bud Light. Every single day we get more news on this. It's absolutely ridiculous. Hopefully the same thing happens with Target. Hopefully the same thing happens with Kohl's and all these other brands that people are having epiphanies on, that, you know, every single corporation out there is pretty evil and does evil things. I think as these people start to look into more of these corporations and other brands and things like that, they're going to be in for a rude awakening whenever they come to the realization that every single one of them is evil and every single one of them is worthy of a boycott. But that's a story for another time. That's a different video. I think we might end up spreading ourselves too thin if we try to boycott every single company, every single brand that is doing these things, because like I said, every single one of them is doing it, and it's hard to boycott literally everything. Like, we have to buy some things. So I think the best course of action here is to focus on a couple brands that are doing the worst things, you know, such as Bud Light, such as Target, and maybe even Kohl's, and really bury them and really make an example out of them. I think that would probably be our best course of action. But let me know what you're thinking in the comments though. How bad do you think this Bud Light boycott can get? I don't think that there's anybody out there that still thinks Bud Light can recover. I don't think that they have a chance in the world to actually recover this brand at this point. This boycott has gone on for so long, so much longer than even I thought it would go. And it's also just ruined the brand. It's been so successful for so long and getting even more successful that I don't think anybody out there still thinks Bud Light can recover. But if you do think that, please let me know in the comments how you think they can recover. And do you think I'm right about us maybe spreading ourselves too thin with too many corporations, too many companies, too many brands getting boycotts, such as Bud Light, Target, Kohl's, and all the other brands that people are finding out are also evil? Let me know what you're thinking in the comments about this whole Bud Light boycott situation.